Today I'm going to step outside for a few minutes, take in some of this atmosphere. Yeah, look at this, yeah. But it's been a while since I've actually made a video while sitting on the swing. And give time for folks to get tuned in here. And guys, welcome. Look, before we go any further, I want to have you hit that little bell. Hit that bell, whatever side it may be on. I think it's on this side. Like, subscribe to this video. Share this information with your family and friends. They need to get it. When you click that button, you're actually going to keep yourself in the loop and the know on how this money game is functioning. If you see me swatting and stuff, it's because there's a bunch of mosquitoes out here. Wanted to do something different for you guys than record in the house all the time. So, hey, hope you're having a blessed day and you're feeling blessed. For those of you who are tuning in and do not recognize who I am, my name is Anthony Day. I'm a proud member of the Extra Digit Movement, and what this means is that we show people how to increase their net worth one digit at a time. And we're not using a bunch of sales and a bunch of hype and all that stuff. Okay, we're using real strategies that work with real people. Now, we're not blowing up smoke up your rear end. That's the first thing I want you to understand. Now, if you're looking for something that's real and works, then look no further. This is it. It doesn't get any realer than this. So at the end of this overview, you're going to have an opportunity to hear our members are in our community, the Extra Digit, talk about how they're buying homes, how they're buying cars, and they're creating trust fund babies. Now, I always laugh for some reason when I say trust fund babies, because I never dreamed that I would have that opportunity to do that for my family. Now, last month, I started sharing some information that would help you understand how the money game works, right? I can tell you this, guys, I'm not sharing it because I created it. I didn't do that. I'm sharing information that I received. Now, although it's been around since the era of the Vanderbilts and the Rockefellers, it's not me. I'm just giving it to you so you can utilize it. Now, I tell people this all the time. There were two pipelines of information, right? The wealthy and the not so wealthy, okay? And then there were some folks in between. The Extra Digit Movement, the community that we are part of, is looking to bridge the gap between the two pipelines. So the purpose is so everyday people like you and I can actually win at this money game and not be stuck in this rat race, okay? What you have to understand also is this. Once you see something, you cannot unsee it. You can't. So let's start this off right, and let me catch you up on last week's segment if you missed it. Again, if you did, go back and click on the YouTube channel and you watch it. It's called Stop Leaving Money on the Table. Now, if you missed that one, go back, watch that segment, and it's about discussing how a paycheck checkup can bring you on average about $2,000 back into your paycheck, okay? Back into your household. This is important because you're not having to work extra hours to get it. You're not having to get an extra job. 2 jobs, right? 2 jobs is for 2 people. That's not what this is about. This is about the one form that controls it all, a W-4. Now, our enrolled agents with the financial NWR are certified IRS. They are at the highest rank. They will help you adjust your W-4. It's not me doing it. It's not your cousin in next door. To sum this all up, guys, it's this. The government gives you certain exemptions that you normally would not get if you did not own an HBB, a home-based business. By owning one, it qualifies you for the same deductions as Walmart, Best Buy, and so on. So the question is this. Why don't you have a home-based business? Go back, watch that video, and hopefully that will inspire you to look forward. Now, if I haven't already said it, hit that button at the top, hit the little notification so that you can stay locked in, and you can get the updates as I continue to produce these videos to help people around the world. Okay? All right, guys, let's do it. All right, what is the bloody mess? This segment is about debt. Do me a favor and write this down. Taxes cause what? Debt. If you don't get control of your taxes, property tax, sales tax, luxury taxes, your capital gains, wealthy people have those, right? Federal taxes, that's a big one. The results can be catastrophic for your future. What I need you to understand is this. Your second biggest expense is debt. Write this down. Taxes is number one. Debt is number two. So where there's debt, there's usually interest attached to it, right? And where there's interest, there's usually a loan. Now, what does interest mean? Interest is the penalty that you pay for the right to own things in advance that you cannot afford. Ouch. I'm sure that one hurt. Listen, the truth hurts sometimes, but you need to hear it in order to do better, right? Once you know better, you have to do better. Now listen, I'm going to give you my own personal story. I had a storage shed for about 5 years, and I went from paying $60 a month to $270. Do you know, I didn't think twice about that until I heard that statement. The items in the shed stayed the same. Some of it I might have thrown away, sold it, whatever. But I still continue to pay more and more on that. People, are you willing to pay for it? Sure you are, right? So when you swipe the credit card, you're saying, I'm willing to pay more for it later than so I can have it now. So the trip to Six Flags, the Florida getaway, the cruise to Cancun, the weekend community barbecue that you are going to pay off 2 months later on this credit card, okay, that you have to do, you are saying you need something so bad that you are willing to give the banks free money in order for you to get it today. I hope you heard that. Now listen, there's installment debt, there's revolving debt, but tonight we're actually discussing revolving. So in comparison, we're talking about mortgages, car notes, student loans, stuff like that. A lot of the problems actually lie within the revolving debt, though. So you're getting hit with these charges before you even make your first minimum payment, right? Now, and only a small percentage of that payment is going to your principal. For every dollar you borrow, you have to pay more back. So today is about, this video is debt. Our next segment, though, you definitely don't want to miss. It's called The Big Secret. You don't want to miss the big secret, trust me. The big secret is the banker's secret. I'll leave it at that. All right, guys, we're about to talk about this debt. I'm going to go in the house and we're going to break it down on the spreadsheet. Put your seatbelts on and let's go. Are you still here? No, I'm serious. Let's go into the house, jump on the Zoom so I can show you how this works. All right. See you later. All right, guys, like I told you, put your seatbelts on because we're about to get rolling on this bad boy. So we're going to jump on the computer so you can see exactly how this thing is going to work, okay? So give me just a second and let me share my screen with you. In the meantime, what I want you to do is understand this scenario, okay? This is going to be you actually putting a credit card through a machine to take care of a payment for family trip. So the scenario is this. Let's say you take your family on a trip, right? You take your spouse out to go see some shows, okay? And you treat the kids out to Disney World, okay? So now what you're doing is your exact balance on this card at this point is going to be, $5,000. Now, the mindset is this. Most people, they'll focus on the monthly minimum payment, then they kind of just stop there. They might throw some money at it down the road, but not here nor there. Okay. It's not your fault though that this happens because the banks will actually have you direct your focus on the minimum payment. Have you ever heard them say before, as long as you make your minimum payment? Or have you seen on the statement that the focus is on the minimum due? Now, they have some other options on there right now, but the focus is on the minimum. Now, they don't want you to figure out the bloody mess that we're talking about right now. Okay. So let's say you'll be paying $100 a month. The banks are doing you a favor, right? Not really. It starts with the annual interest rate. This is your percentage that you're going to be paying back for this loan. Now, this is going to be a 21%. Now, okay, we're going to slow it down just a little bit so you can catch up. This example is going to be very conservative, because I don't know of many people who have just one credit card and their interest rate is, a lot higher. So most people have what, 3 or 4 cards? You figure? So this isn't most people, but this is just focused on one credit card. What people don't do is they don't calculate or they don't focus on the monthly interest. Okay. What you got to do is this. You've got to take the monthly interest, which is going to be 21%, and you're going to have to basically times it by the number of months. So what we're going to do here on this chart, so you can see it, there's your interest rate, and then 21%. We'll click. So that 0.21 is going to be at 12 months, right? So that's going to be divided by 12. That will give you 0.175. Okay, 0.175 or 1.75%. But you're saying right now, Anthony, that's low, right? I can deal with that. But here, this is it. This is the trick, though. 1.75 is the interest rate that compounds monthly as you carry the balance over. Okay, so let's look at line number 5. Line number 5 says your interest payment. That's the key. Okay, so line number 5 is 0.0175, okay, which is the initial interest, right? Times $5,000, which is your balance left on the credit card, which is what you borrowed. That's going to amount to $87.50. $87.50. Now, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but what you got to look at, again, is what number 5 says, your interest payment. That's your interest payment of the $100 monthly that you owe. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to subtract the $87.50 from the $100. That's the fee. This leaves you how much? $12.50 to pay towards your balance. Now, I might have to look you in the eye when I say this, because I don't know if you get this or not, but I want you to understand. I want you to get it. The bank is saying this. I'm going to give you a loan for $5,000, but you have to give me $100 a month. But I'm going to charge you a monthly fee to do this because it's a favor. But I'm going to deduct the fee from the balance that you paid, right? And what's left, I'm going to apply to your balance you owe me still, which is the $12.50. Now, how long will it actually take you to actually pay this off? That's the question, right? So I'm going to go back and continue to share my screen again just so you can see this. How long is it going to take for you to pay this balance off? So the reality is this, it's 120 payments. So you take that and you times that by, or divide that by 12 months in 10 years is what your sentence is going to be. And when I say your sentence, that's how long it's going to take you to pay back on this loan. I don't know about you, but that to me is crazy. So you've been sentenced to 10 years to pay back a $5,000 loan. And most people, they have more than one credit card, like we said earlier. This is why it's so important for you to hurry up and use lesson number 1, which was the worksheet that, the stop leaving money on the table. These worksheets, they cascade off each other. You have to, you got to do the lesson 1 in order to get the extra money from the taxes that the government's taking from you. You don't get a refund. That's not, that's the purpose. Guys, listen, I don't know how you ended up here, or if someone sent you a link, or if you just scrolled through on a Saturday or Sunday night, okay, and you found us. Get back with the person who shared this video with you, or just comment below, and I'll introduce you to these experts in our community, the Extra Digit Movement. Guys, the experts here have saved $64,000 in debt elimination per member this year, okay? If you sleep on this, the bank is going to earn, watch this, If you continue to sleep on this now, the bank is going to earn a total amount of $6,986.28. Now, this is off of a $5,000 trip that you took probably 2 or 3 years ago. Do you see what I'm saying? So, let me stop sharing my screen. Most people, the focus is on, again, the minimum payment. And they don't think about, adding more or, trying to throw more money at it to snowball that debt. This is where the banks are going to capitalize on the fact that you don't understand the rules of the game. Okay. Knowledge is power, guys, but applied knowledge is how you shape your destiny, because people learn things, but they don't apply it. Now, you have to ask yourself this question. Why don't they teach this in school? Okay. I'm going to tell you why. This is a cash extraction cycle. Okay. They want you to stay in the rat race so that the banks continue to make the money, they earn the interest that they earn off of you. Okay. It's called capitalism, guys. We live in the world of capitalism. The longer you stay in the dark about how money works and how to make your money, you're going to continue to be on that rat wheel. You're going to continue to be on the hamster wheel. The $6,000 that they collected is used in a concept called arbitrage. Now, the banks actually can loan your money out 10 times over and not even have it on the books. Okay. In other words, they can show that they have the money, but they don't have it because they loaned it out. Now, if they have $1 million, right, they can claim 10 million legally, ethically, and morally. Okay. Comment below, right below. That's my money. But remember, the reason why they can do it is because you gave them the $6,000 extra for free, an interest-free loan. The banks can do it. They can do it. Okay. Now understand something too. Banks really don't have any money. They penalize you if you touch it early, right? If you got money in your account. This is why they have all these different kind of fees. That's why they charge you for cashier's checks. They charge you for monthly maintenance. They charge you for keeping a minimum balance. It's because they are loaning your money out 10 times, even though it's not there. Okay, that's the key. It's not even there. They're betting that you're not even going to come back and take your money out of the account. That's what the odds are. They're betting that everyone that's in that bank will not do that. Now, the extra digit movement teaches you how to adjust your W-4. They will help you with eliminating your debt. They will help you with buying a home. They will help you with purchasing land. They have all this covered. They have the experts already in place, guys. You're not doing this yourself. They're doing it for you. So take a look at this live testimonial that's about to come up, and then go back and look at the other videos that I've produced so far. Okay. We'll see you in a minute.
Because of this Wealth Club membership and promoting this business. So what has happened to you?
It opened up options, possibilities, because I love what we do. I still work a full-time job. I like to tell people, so this is additional income. And I like working my full-time job because I have 2 streams of income, right? So I'm building wealth and I have an opportunity to have passive income. And I always say, if God brought me home today, the money from that good job goes away today. But this $200 asset that I built, I still get to leave this to my girls. And what could you do with the extra $200 a day? Because that's not the fruit money, that's the seed. What could you invest in with extra $200 a day? How quickly could you retire if you was putting an extra $200 a day to get your freedom? So you build it for what's important to you, but for me, it was all about options. It was all about having something else and to be able to have that little attitude when I walk to work a little late and they say, you left, I'm like, who are you talking to? I thought you was talking to me, man. That would be the day. No, but seriously though, so we have a good time with it, but understand, build it for what's important to you and have a good time doing it.
Give it up for Chuck Harden. This young lady is the first young lady to ever earn $1 million residual ring. In fact, she designed it. Everybody wearing the ring, that's a young lady. It's because of cash flow. Christy, give it up for her.
Wow, y'all, I'm excited. When I saw the comp plan and saw that it took 12 people to make $600 a month, I knew I had to invest and see if this was true, right? After the first 30 days, $2,500. 6 months, $8,000 a month. By month 7.5, over $14,000 a month. You know what that did for me? It allowed me to call my mother and be like, hey, those bills that you got, I'll take care of them from now on. Y'all, that's living. When Chuck and them talk about choices, options, and freedom, imagine being able to take the bills that your parents have and let them live their latter years without having to worry about bills. For me, that was a why as to why I got to get as high up this compensation plan as possible. Not only that, but my 19-year-old son is in the business making $100 a day. That's $3,000 a month. He has a credit score of 764 at 19 years old. Y'all, this membership is for everybody because guess what? We provide the solutions to everybody's problems.
Yeah. Give it up for these three.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the overview of the bloody mess. I'm not here to convince you to join us by any means, but you have to make these adjustments eventually. Okay, even if you don't choose not to do it with us, you're going to have to make these changes. So why not let our experts do it for you? That's all I'm saying. See you next time when we discuss the banker's secret. Peace.